Hi everyone. This is my postpartum video log week 3 and 4. I'm being kind of quiet because Winter is sleeping right here next to me. Wyatt is doing his Zoom school, so I'm sure you can hear him in the background. So I'm still in the first 40 days. So, the first 2 weeks you kind of stay more in bed and lying down. I got up to go take a shower or to, change my clothes or go to the bathroom, but I really stayed laying down most of the time. Weeks 3 and 4, you can be up a little bit more. And I've been trying on my carriers. I have carriers from before or something that a friend has sent me. My favorite ones are, I have I think it's Artipop is how you say it, Artipoppe. I'm sure I'm butchering the name. That's a beautiful carrier, and I love my ring sling from Beachwood Baby. There's so many carriers out there. The Solly Baby Wrap's amazing. This Australian wrap, it's like a t-shirt you pull on. It's called Baby Dink, and that's a great carrier. Super easy, kind of no fuss carrier. So I've been trying out carriers, but I am trying to stay more in bed and just resting right now. So I haven't been doing too much walking around, but I wanted to kind of get Winter used to it. So I've put her in a little bit each day, and she seems to really like it. And then Eric weighed her by weighing himself and then getting on the scale and holding her, which I know is always a little bit off, but at week 4, she's almost 14 pounds. I don't have another doctor's appointment with her until November 15th, so I won't know, much about her size until then. So I'm just I can definitely tell she's filling out. And I've been feeling good and very blissed out. I mean, it's such a blessing to not be running around everywhere right now and just to be home and be able to be with the kids and just rest and take care of myself. I feel my body feels much better, much healthier this time around, and mentally I feel great. I don't have a lot of the stress of all the things in the day that you have to do currently. So I'm grateful for that. I've had some friends asking me, just what's going on in the nighttime with Winter, how's she doing? And she's doing pretty great at night. I think I told you guys before that I am co-sleeping with her, so she's sleeping right next to me. And those stretches of time are getting a little further apart. So she's had a couple of nights where she slept between 3 and 5 or 6 hours at a time. And, at only 4 weeks, she can do that because she's big, and then also she's getting plenty of milk, and she's surpassed her birth weight. So, that's been great that we've had, the wake ups are much less frequent than when they're brand new. At the end of my 40 days, which is about, I think when I'm about at almost to 6 weeks, or at 6, yeah, it'll be 6 weeks, about 6 weeks, yeah. I'm gonna try to take it easy, but I'm gonna go to the beach with the baby, which I'm excited. It's getting cold, and it'll be so nice to just kind of get her outside a little bit, see how she does. And what some of the foods that I have been eating are still soups and teas and warming foods, things like that. I love Japanese curry, so I've had Japanese curry. I've had lots of different kinds of soup. I have soup every day. I haven't had anything cold, so I think that's part of what they say helps with your healing process. And then I think challenge-wise is always ends up being like I have this, so winter's my third, so Esme is a little bit more hands-on with the baby. And what I mean by hands-on is that she wants her hands on the baby. It's like the moment the baby falls asleep, she like runs in and she's like, can I kiss the baby? Can I hold the baby? And I'm like, I just want to say yes, so that she's like, feels connected to the whole process. But then I'm like, I just got the baby to sleep. And she's like, but I really want to touch her. And it's like this crazy kryptonite for her. Like the moment she sees her, she wants to like kiss her face and touch her, and it's fine, but it definitely wakes the baby up. So I'm like, internally, it's a little bit like, sorry. I wish that she would be like, okay, I'll hold her later. But I mean, she's 4, so that's hard to do. Eric has been amazing, as always, with this baby. And he's, such a hands-on dad, and very, not like hands on her face, but like Esme, but hands-on, like where he wants to hold her and rock her and help me as much as possible. And he cleans a lot, cleans the house nonstop. So he's very helpful, and I'm grateful for that, because it would be really hard to do it all on your own. And for all those women out there that are single moms or a single parent, or aren't getting support from your partner, like I really feel for you, because it's a lot to do, especially right after you have a baby. I had a friend's mom who once told me that after she had her kids, her husband would like dropped her off at her house, and then he had to go back to work. And I mean, this was like after she had one and she had a toddler, and she had a new baby and a toddler, and got right back to the house and immediately had to start caring for herself right after having a baby. And that's obviously in America, but it's really hard on your body, on your mind. It's not natural or normal to do that. We should care more for our mothers, and helping care for them and heal their bodies, right after they've given birth, and support them. So I really feel for those mamas and parents out there. And okay, so I also introduced a passy at 3 weeks, or it was more like 4 weeks really. And I was like, I'm a little slow on this, but my kids have never loved passies, and I always wonder, like, should I? But with all of our traveling and stuff, I kind of like to have one, just so that there's a little comfort brought to baby. And I do get a lot of milk production, so I like to comfort a baby with being on the boob, but then it's also kind of overwhelming, especially for such a little baby, to have so much milk, and sometimes they'll choke. And so it's nice to have a passy. It's convenient. I know it's more convenient for me, but it also seems to be comforting for baby too. So I introduced a passy. I had a bunch that someone gave me, and that they didn't end up using, and those didn't work. The baby didn't like those, Winter. So I tried something else, another one. She didn't like that one. There was one passy that I ordered from Sprout San Francisco, this amazing eco company. And I ordered this passy going like, well, I'll order one and see if she likes this one. And of course, that's the one that she likes, and I only have one of them. And I'm like, I have all these other passies, so many of them that I've tried. And so I'm going to save them and see if she'll take them later on. But right now, she only likes this one. And we also introduced a bottle for the first time at week 4. And Esme actually gave her her first bottle, and then Wyatt gave the rest of it to her right after. But we wanted to give Esme that opportunity because Wyatt was able to give Esme her first bottle, and it was really sweet. And she took it right away, which did not happen with either one of my other kids. They were so confused by the bottle. They would like spit it out, chew on it, lick it, kind of like turn away from it, cry because of it. Took so long to get them to take a bottle. But Winter tasted the milk and started sucking on it right away. And I was like, what? This is so bizarre. I was like, maybe it's Esme's touch. Maybe Esme is quite the nurturer. Something I forgot to tell you guys is that the night I brought her, or the morning after I brought her home from the hospital, she started to cry, and Esme was there. She was like laying on the bed, and Esme was like, oh, it's okay, baby. And I was like talking to Sonia and kind of like half looking or half listening, and the baby was right here. And Esme, she stopped crying, and I looked down, and Esme had her finger in the baby's mouth, and the baby was sucking on it. She goes, look, she's sucking on my finger. I got her to stop crying. And I was like, oh, that's great. Are your hands clean? And I was like, it was such a maternal instinct to like put her finger in the baby's mouth to, you know, stop her from crying. And I was like, that's so cute and so funny that she just knew to do that. I remember Teresa always did that with her babies, so she would use her finger as like a passy, but she didn't use like a passy with her kids. So anyway, the bottle was exciting that we were able to get her to take it, and the passy, she's napping right next to me right now with the passy in her mouth. It's so cute. And then she also got, at 2 weeks, I don't know if I said this last time, but at 2 weeks she got her first bath. So we've been doing a bath like once a week with her with all the Bayo goodies. And I used the soap on her, the Bare Butter, the Bare Face, on her baby acne. And I was using Bare Booty before we go to bed at night to like protect her butt from the nighttime poops. So, it's been, I have Esme and Wyatt about to come back here. Hi guys, I'm just doing a little video log here. Do you want to go back there? And I'll come out there in just a second, okay? Are you having lunch? Yeah, baby's sleeping. So, and that's been working really well. So if I hear her going poop at night, then feel more comfortable because I know that she's, you know, has the barrier of the bare booty on her. And then when she like wakes up in her next cycle, then I change the diaper, and I'm not as concerned about it like hurting her skin, because if they poop in their sleep, it's so frustrating to like wake them up by changing their diaper and starting that cycle all over again. So that's how I've been doing it. So I think that's about it. I'm sure there's a million things that I forgot to say, but I'll try to write them in the post above. And I'm going to show you the baby, because she didn't get to make an appearance today. So here she is, sleeping away in her DACA tot. I've had her in the same onesie and this little blanket so much because it's made by my friend Peta, who owns Sapling Child, and it's an amazing organic clothing line for babies, and it's everything's just made so well, and I have all the hand-me-downs from Esme from her and a few new pieces, and I love it so much. It's like her coziest, softest, but very warm, comforting little outfit. So that's about it. So thank you, and I'll be back at 6 weeks.